The Dawood Speaks hashtag and story already trending on social media. You can join the conversation and tell us what you think about Dawood tapes by using the hashtag Dawood Speaks. I've got breaking news coming in soon after our broadcast. Thane police has reached out to us asking for these audio conversations. They hope to match these audio tapes with the phone intercepts they made during the Ibrahim Khaska extortion case. Joining us for more on this is our crime correspondent from Mumbai. Devesh is joining us. Devesh, what is the Thane police hoping to achieve by listening to this India Today expose on Dawood Speaks?
The Thane police has been investigating 3 cases of extortion registered against Iqbal Khaska, and in one of the cases Dawood Ibrahim is also an accused along with Anis Ibrahim, Chota Shakil and various others. So this is a very important clue, very important clinching evidence for them. So they'll be using, they've sought these tapes, what India Today has got for further investigation, further inquiries into the case. They've already slapped MCOCA sanctions into few cases that they have registered. And once they get this, they'll be using this for intercepts that they have made, that the police has in record of Dawood Ibrahim earlier. They'll be using these tapes to match with the voice samples that were intercepted earlier by other security agencies, Mumbai police, Thane police, the other agencies working with the police and central agencies. These intercepts, when we shared the information about these intercepts, the conversation with Thane police, they contacted us. They've told us that they will be wanting to use this particular conversation so that it could be used further in their investigation against Dawood Ibrahim, against the Dawood Ibrahim gang, the cases that they have registered against the gang. Iqbal Khaska is still in custody, he is in judicial custody as of now, but MCOCA sanctions have been filed against him, against various others, including Chota Shakil, who is a key lieutenant of the Dawood Ibrahim gang, who actually runs the gang. Also, this was confirmed by ACP N.T. Kadam of the Thane Police's anti-extortion.
Okay, I'm going to leave it there, Devesh Singh, for that update. Thank you very much. I want to bring you now this explosive agenda-setting India Today investigation, Dawood tapes, accessed exclusively by India Today. Tapes that show that Dawood Ibrahim is not just alive and kicking, but also looking after security operations, even not just in Karachi and Dubai, but all the way across in London as well. Sit back and watch this India Today exclusive by my colleague Arvind Oja.
One of the world's most dangerous men. The gangster who combined organized crime with global terror. But mystery surrounds every ounce of information about Dawood Ibrahim. Of late, various channels have even speculated he is dying. But India Today now has clinching evidence that the Don is alive and kicking. So brace tight as we now bring you the most compelling underworld expose of 2017. The second voice you will hear just now belongs to India's most wanted gangster, Dawood Ibrahim.
सर लंदन वाला दोस्त खतरे में आ गया है, इधर प्रिपरेशन दे दी है, 2 दिन में उठाएंगे उसको।
किसको?
लंदन वाला दोस्त सर।
अच्छा, वो अपना चश्मा वाले की बात कर रहे हैं ना?
सर कराची वाला जो चनामुर से है।
हाँ, वही जो सिंगर है अपना।
A stunning revelation. Who you just heard in these audio tapes is the terror don himself. Yes, it's Dawood Ibrahim from his Karachi hideout, speaking with his henchman in Dubai on the phone. The most clinching evidence in recent memory. of this global terrorist presence. But that's not all. Intercept of his call, accessed exclusively by India Today, encapsulate another devastating truth. A truth that will shake Bollywood to the core. From his secret hideout in Karachi to Mumbai in the east, to Dubai and as far as London in the west, Dawood Ibrahim has once again shot out his barbed tentacles. India Today brings to you an explosive evidence of Dawood Ibrahim's dark shadow over Bollywood's most sensational murder, the assassination of Gulshan Kumar. August 12, 1997, when members of a hit squad fired 16 gunshots, the music baron paid with his life for declining the underworld's extortion demands. Composer Nadeem Saifi was declared co-conspirator. The Bollywood music director is living in exile in the UK since. He denies wrongdoing. But now, India Today has obtained incriminating evidence. The absconder might be secretly protected by Dawood's international terror ring in Dubai and in the United Kingdom. Intercepts accessed by India Today suggest the Don is actively pursuing the case from his ISI safe house in Pakistan. Listen into this shocking conversation from early 2015, a testimony of Dawood's possible nexus with Nadeem Saifi, who's wanted in connection with Gulshan Kumar's murder.
Hello?
सर अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
Assalam.
सर लंदन वाला दोस्त खतरे में आ गया है, इधर प्रिपरेशन दे दी है, 2 दिन में उठाएंगे उसको।
किसको?
लंदन वाला दोस्त सर।
कौन सा वाला?
बड़ा उस्ताद सर।
अच्छा।
हाँ, मैंने कहा अपने सुनने की खबर थी, पर इधर क्योंकि हालात खराब होंगे इसलिए प्रिपरेशन दे दी है 2-3 दिन पहले कि भाई अपनी सिक्योरिटी वगैरह सारी टाइट कर लो, ये काम उठाने का हो रहा है।
अच्छा।
हाँ भाई, ये एडीसी न्यूज है, बीबीसी नहीं, एडीसी न्यूज है।
अच्छा
जी भाई।
अच्छा अच्छा अच्छा, वो अपना चश्मा वाले की बात कर रहे हैं ना?
सर कराची वाला जो चनामुर से है।
हाँ हाँ, वही जो सिंगर है अपना।
मैं जो बोलूं हाँ तो हाँ।
हेलो?
London friend, Ustad, Chana Mush. Top intelligence officials have cracked these codes. They have confirmed to India Today the authenticity of Dawood's voice. According to highly placed intelligence officials, this London Ustad is none other than Nadeem Saifi. Dawood aides are trying to save him, fearing he might be arrested on Indian request. His henchmen wanted to move Nadeem away before any potential arrest.
पकड़ने से ही हालात खराब हो जाते हैं ना, तो इसीलिए वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई इधर रुको और अपना बंदोबस्त करो और सब कुछ टाइट करो, हम उठाएंगे इसको 2 दिन में। जी भाई।
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, मैं बोल।
You heard how Dawood Ibrahim is kept in the loop about every Indian measure.
पकड़ने से ही हालात खराब हो जाते हैं ना, तो इसीलिए वो कह रहे हैं कि भाई इधर रुको और अपना बंदोबस्त करो और सब कुछ टाइट करो, हम उठाएंगे इसको 2 दिन में। जी भाई।
ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, मैं बोल।
The most compelling leads on Gulshan Kumar's murder. Dawood Ibrahim is clearly taking no chances. The Don's trying hard to save his partners in the crime. Stay tuned for more on this biggest underworld news break of 2017. With Arvind Oja, Bureau Report, India Today.
Joining me now are experts who've spent a lifetime tracking Dawood Ibrahim and his gang. I want to begin by introducing Gulshan Kumar. He is the highly acclaimed former Delhi Police Commissioner, tracked Dawood and his gang for years, also wrote a book on the underworld. Also with us at this time is renowned lawyer Mahesh Jetmalani. Rana Banerjee is one of our officials from the research and analysis wing. S. Balkrishnan tracked the Mumbai underworld as a journalist, and also with us our own hero Arvind Oja, who's scooped this story for us. Welcome, congratulations Arvind, well done. I want to go across first to Gulshan Kumar, because Arvind came to you with these tapes. You looked at them very closely and did confirm that from the best that you could gather, this did sound like Dawood Ibrahim. What do you think these three conversations, 349 seconds all told, what's the message that comes out? What does it tell you about the mind and the workings of Dawood Ibrahim, Mr. Kumar?
First of all, the voice is very clearly his. Secondly, he has got a tip-off that one of his accomplices is based out of London, is in danger, imminent danger of being arrested. So he is being tipped off about this, and he would have moved him from there, or he would have provided adequate security so that he doesn't get arrested.
You know, the one point that was being made earlier is that the fact that Dawood Ibrahim is getting advance information about what the Indian government is planning could also suggest that he has moles within the Indian establishment who are still leaking to him on a real-time basis about what's being planned by the Modi Sarkar and by the Maharashtra government. Otherwise, how would he find out that there may be a move against Nadeem, who's in London?
No, we should not draw that conclusion right away, because occasionally these henchmen, they cook up intelligence, and whether or not it is real, they pass it on to the big boss to earn brownie points. So this does not, this conversation does not confirm that his henchmen had definite information about action being taken.
You know, the other conversation that strikes us as interesting is the conversation where he very tersely is telling his nephew, don't call, kyun phone kar rahe ho is line pe, I will call you back, suggesting that he realizes full well that his phones are being intercepted, that every move that he makes is being looked at very closely by the Indian establishment.
That is true. He is always conscious of this, that his telephones, his movements, and his whereabouts are all being monitored by the Indian agencies.
Okay, and what do you make of that slide aside where you've got Mehjabeen Sheikh, who's Dawood's wife, talking to Javed Chaudhani in Dubai, wanting to order a Chanel bag? Because most people would imagine that this person is living in great distress, that he's locked up in an ISI safe house, unable to move out. But interestingly, Mrs. Dawood knows which shop to pick up the Chanel from. She knows who the shopkeeper or who the salesman there is. She knows when it was out of stock and that it's likely to have arrived by now.
I didn't get that information from this conversation that you have played to me. But of course, they do have information about Indian authorities tracking them. As far as the conversation that you have just played is concerned, all that I could gather was that somebody is tipping him off about an imminent danger of somebody who is bespectacled, who is based out of London, being arrested or coming to some sort of grief. This thing about his wife and the shopping thing.
Okay, so there were three conversations. I think Arvind made you hear one of those conversations, because originally we were seeking a confirmation on whether you believe this was his voice or not. So there were two other parts. I'll get you to listen to the bit where Mrs. Dawood is talking to Javed Choudhary in Dubai about the Chanel bag. Here it is.
तो दे बात कर हाँ जी दे।
अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
बस क्या हाल है, सब खैरियत है?
जी अल्लाह का शुक्र है, आप कैसे हैं?
सब अल्लाह के करम है। क्या हुक्म है? फिक्र नहीं आप वो फिक्र करे बगैर बोले।
अभी आंखें दिखाते हैं मुझे।
अरे आप छोड़ो ना, आप मेरे से बात उनकी तरफ देखो ही मत।
अच्छा ठीक है, उनको देखे बगैर मैं बोलती। ठीक है, तो मैं आपको कल बताऊंगी। आपने एक पर्स लेना है। ठीक
है, मुझे बता दीजिएगा आप कल के दिन में पक्का दोपहर तक 12-1-2 बजे तक बता दीजिएगा। हो सकता है मैं रात को आ जाऊँ।
मैं आपके वहाँ पे मोबाइल में SMS डाल दूंगी। चैनल का है।
ठीक है,
चैनल के उस पर जाइएगा। चैनल का ब्रांड है, तो चैनल के ही नाम से है उनका शोरूम। बात है वो है कहाँ पे, वो मैं आपको कल बता देती हूँ।
वो मुझे सब बता दे, पूछ के बता देना।
अच्छा
क्या बोल रहे?
तारिक भाई है ना, उनको मालूम है बैग भी कौन से है और उनको शॉप भी मालूम है, सब कुछ मालूम है।
मैं पता है, आप छोड़ दो, मैं जानू, मेरा काम जाने।
हाँ, उससे बोलेगा वो जो चैनल का ब्लैक वाला पर्स मैंने रखवाया है।
आप बेफिक्र हो,
मतलब रखवाया नहीं था, बोल रहे कि आ रहा है, मतलब आ जाएगा अभी कुछ दिनों तक। तो मेरे ख्याल में आ गया होगा उनके पास।
मैं सुबह पता करके आपको बता भी दूंगा, आप फिक्र नहीं करो।
ठीक है, थैंक यू।
हाँ
ठीक है,
बस हो गया काम
जी।
So that's the part, Mr. Neeraj Kumar. Very interestingly, you got a full conversation about a Chanel bag, and it's interesting because you don't imagine that Dawood Ibrahim's wife would be roaming around with a Chanel bag inside an ISI safe house in Karachi, suggesting that they're leading a life of relative comfort and luxury.
Oh, that is not surprising, because after a while, after the initial heat that was being put internationally on Dawood and other accused wanted in the Mumbai blast cases of 1993, they have slowly kind of eased out into a happy kind of existence, comfortable existence, and they shop around, they move around. It's not as if they are under any kind of house arrest or any kind of confinement. So that is not surprising at all.
Okay, I appreciate you joining us. Thank you very much, Mr. Neeraj Kumar. I want to go across now to Mahesh Jetmalani, who also has been tracking the underworld very closely. And what we've got from these tapes, Mr. Jetmalani, is a sense that you've got characters like Javed Choudhary moving in and out of Dubai. He says he's in Dubai. We know that because he's trying to buy a Chanel bag. Would you believe that, for Mrs. Dawood Ibrahim? And he says, I'm coming back tomorrow. Suggesting possibly that he's coming back to Karachi, suggesting that he's in and out between Karachi and Dubai fairly frequently. Why aren't we being able to do more than we are against the Don and his cronies?
Good question, Rahul. I mean, after all, your previous...
Getting his extradition, of course, not from Pakistan, but we can certainly ask the Dubai authorities when he's there in Turkey. And he's such a frequent visitor, and he goes sometimes for the purpose of merely shopping for bags, etc. Certainly a strong reason and a strong question as to why nothing is being done against him.
Okay, just give me a moment as I try and fix that video line with Mahesh Jetmalani. Meanwhile, Arvind, congratulations on being able to get this scoop. Give our viewers a sense of what the officers who are investigating the Dawood tapes and looking at these case files very closely, what are they telling you about Dawood's operations at present?
जी देखिए, फिलहाल की अगर बात की जाए, ये जो टेप्स है उसमें हमारे पास जो टेप्स हाथ लगे हैं वो अलग अलग सालों के हैं। शनेल बैग खरीदने की बात थी, लेकिन आज की हकीकत ये है, जो हमारे एजेंसीज के सूत्र बता रहे हैं कि जो ये गवर्नमेंट है, खासकर डी वर्सेस डी हो रहा है, डोवाल वर्सेस दाऊद। डोवाल पहले भी ऑपरेशन चला चुके हैं, हालांकि सबको पता है ऑपरेशन किस लिए फेल हो गया, लेकिन अब हालत यह है कि दाऊद इब्राहिम पूरी तरीके से डरा हुआ है, घर से बाहर
डरा हुआ है, शनेल का बैग खरीद रहा है, लंदन में सिक्योरिटी बढ़ा रहा है। डी वर्सेस डी कहने की बात है, क्या अब तक डोवाल साहब?
रिसेंट की अगर बात की जाए, रिसेंट जो हमारे पास टेप जो हमारे हाथ लगा है वो भी हम सुनाएंगे, जो अपने भांजे से बात कर रहा है कि अब तू फोन क्यों करता है, अब फोन मत करना, और दूसरी चीज ये है कि जो हमें एजेंसी से खबर मिली है उसके मुताबिक वो जिस रीजन में कराची में रहता है, अब वहां से छोटा शकील जो उसका खासम खास था, जो उसके साथ रहता था, वो अब उससे दूर जा चुका है। जो यहां से जावेद चिकना था वो दूर जा चुका है। उसका खुद का भाई अब उससे दूर रहता है। वो आसपास किसी पर भरोसा नहीं करता। अगर कोई भी ऐसा व्यक्ति, खासकर जिस इलाके में रहता है, अगर उसका ताल्लुक भारत से दूर दूर तक है तो वो वहां नहीं रहता है। इस तरह के कंफर्म इंफॉर्मेशन हमको मिले हैं और ये लगातार जो तमाम मीडिया हाउसेस बात करते थे कि वो बीमार है, वो बूढ़ा है या ऐसी कोई भी चीजें, वो बिल्कुल फिट है, बिल्कुल पूरी तरीके से जो अपना नेटवर्क है उसको चला रहा है, उसको खबरें भी मिल रही हैं आने वाले दिनों में। और उसके जो बहुत बड़े गुर्गे हैं, अगर लंदन की बात की जाए, बैंकॉक की बात की जाए, तो बहुत बड़ी खबर मिलने वाली है। उसके कई ऐसे बड़े गुर्गे हैं जिसमें एक छोटा राजन पर अटैक करने वाला था बैंकॉक में, झिंगाड़ा, जो बहुत बड़ा शार्प शूटर है, वो भी बहुत जल्द रिपोर्ट होके इंडिया आएगा, ऐसी हमें इंफॉर्मेशन है। लेकिन फिलहाल की बात की जाए, खासकर इस गवर्नमेंट के आने के बाद, दाऊद भी डेस्परेट है पूरी तरीके से। और दाऊद इब्राहिम को लाने की जो कवायद है, उसके नेक्सस को जो तोड़ने की कवायद है, वो पूरी तरीके से
let me put this question to Rana Banerjee, because this is something that's often suggested by those on the internal security beat, that it's D versus D, Dowal versus Dawood. Do you actually believe that's the case, or that's just a sexy headline which is spun out, and this whole notion that Dawood is very worried, he's looking behind his back, is that just basic precautions that you expect someone like Dawood to take, or do you believe this fear is for real?
No, it's absolutely, it's a normal thing, and I listened with great interest to your 3 tapes. The intelligence value of the last tape, 2017 vintage, if it is wishing of Eid, that is as recent as September. So it shows that Dawood is in reasonably good health, dispelling, rumors about his being very ill, either with a kidney ailment or with gangrene, but that he's being very cautious, as your investigator, Mr. Arvind, has rightly pointed out. And there is this sense of the noose closing around him, and his travels are much less nowadays, especially after the US put him on the terrorism list after 2013. So he is not able to travel that freely to Dubai under false passports. So
while Dawood may not be able to travel, Mr. Banerjee, the reality is characters like Javed Chautani, who run his betting syndicate for him and are deeply involved in operations like the IPL, they seem to be flitting in and out of Dubai fairly frequently, because he says to Dawood Ibrahim's wife when she's asking for a Chanel bag that I will be coming back
Dubai
tomorrow.
Is like the second home, you see. Well, that's again of 2013 vintage, but in any case, you see the connection between Dubai and Karachi, or between Islamabad and Dubai, there are a large number of flights, and many Pakistanis treat the UAE as their second home. So unless the UAE authorities take a tougher line against such Pakistani underworld elements, there is really not much scope for them to feel very insecure. And they have their own business connections. Dawood is known to be very close to the Prime Minister of Dubai, Sheikh Maktoum, Sheikh Mahmoud. And so despite the reports that the UAE government may be thinking of closing down his or curtailing some of his business interests, we have no facts on the ground to substantiate.
That is absolutely correct, Balakrishnan, because while there have been these stories put out that Dubai is now backing India, that the UAE is clamping down on Dawood's business empire in the Middle East, nothing on the ground has happened which would suggest that Dubai's attitude or the UAE's attitude in the world is any different from what it was in the past. Mr. Balakrishnan?
Rahul, what really worries me in this entire story is the leakage of information, sensitive information, to Dawood himself directly. Because if you recall a few years back, and Ajit Dowal sir detained by the Mumbai police, by the Mumbai crime branch, led by then DCP Mr. Dhananjay Kamlakar, a team of Mumbai crime branch, they actually detained Ajit Dowal in conversation, who was with Vicky Malhotra, one of the top shooters of Chota Rajan gang, in a safe house in Delhi. Now the question is, who tipped off the Mumbai police about the Ajit Doval Saab's meeting with Mr. Vicky Malhotra. And since then, it is very obvious that the moles are still persisting, they are still active in the Indian security establishment. And who are these moles? Why there is no kind of cleansing or operation is not being done to completely
questions, and I
rid
hope to
Indian
get some answers to these when we come back on the other side.
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.